live.
All right. Woohoo.
1 second.
Oh, you sister.
Oh, share screen.
All right, so I see Alicia, Lindsay, and Victoria. There we go. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello. All right, I'm just writing down everybody's names quick so I have them.
Do you want me to take notes?
Lindsay, are you able to take notes tonight?
Yeah, I can do that. My camera's not working for some reason.
That's okay. Michelle. And since Michelle's got our camera off, we also have Louise Barnes with us.
I know Lindsay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, calling the meeting to order at what time it is?
5:20 or 5:35.
5:35.
Okay.
All right, roll call. What? Sorry, my kids are here with me. Okay, you don't have to eat then. Silly children.
I think it's okay. We all love kids.
The
We
first name,
wouldn't be here.
the first name needs to be taken off, if you don't mind.
Who needs to be taken off?
The first name.
Because webmaster's not technically part of DAC. Webmaster reports to the web regarding DAC activities.
Well, Lindsay, I love you, but yep,
I
you're right.
remember this stuff.
Right. Actually, it's the administrative assistant to the board, but you're right. You're right along there, those lines.
You're all powerful, but you're not recorded on the roll for DAC.
I appreciate you. You're absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay, Lindsay, would you mind calling for roll call?
Yes. So Chelsea,
Here.
Lindsay is here. Sandy.
She will not be here tonight. She's in parent teacher conferences.
Okay, and Miss Cheeseman.
Here.
And who else do I need to add in for attending for potential? We have Louise Barnes is here.
Yep.
Okay. And who else do
Alicia
I have?
Lennis.
Alicia.
So we have. I'm adding this to my notes. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. And it looks like Emily is not in attendance.
Okay, and then we just have for additional parents, community members that were here potentially to join up with DAC. That's just Louise is the only one that we have here tonight.
Louise and Alicia.
Louise and Alicia. Okay, thank you.
Victoria, were you able to get James on or just you?
No, he's here with me.
So potentially James.
Okay.
No.
So looking over. Alexa, can mommy have her phone, please? Go in mommy's first when you can find something to color with. I swear we are more organized than this some days. Okay, there we go. Approval of any modifications or approval of the agenda as it stands.
I vote to approve the agenda.
Michelle votes to approve the agenda.
Can I second it?
The one change I would like to do is other business, the meeting time. I would like to move that up to actual new business, talking about changing the meeting time.
Sounds good.
Okay. So Michelle, you're seconding it?
Yeah, I second it.
Okay, we'll do a quick vote. Lindsay. Approval to change, add another meeting time up to new business.
I,
Chelsea, aye. Michelle,
Aye.
and that is it for voting members. Yeah. Approval of the, oh, we still need to approve the agenda. So approve the agenda with the new change.
I approve. I vote to approve the agenda. with the new
Michelle
change.
first. I'll second. Okay, Lindsay,
I,
Chelsea, aye. Michelle?
Aye.
All right, approval of the September minutes. Does anybody want to look over those quick?
We already looked over 'em.
I vote to approve the September minutes.
I second it.
Lindsay?
I'm sorry I missed that. I'm in the middle of tutoring too. So,
Do you want to approve the September minutes?
yeah, the only thing we modified was removing the time for the meetings up to current. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
yes, I approve September.
Okay, Chelsea, aye. Michelle?
Aye.
All right, new business. So at the last school board meeting, I don't know if the members in attendance saw my notes on, it was proposed to have someone from the board come in and talk about the CRS and what the board's expectations of us are. I think this would help streamline things a little bit so we understand clearly, yes, our bylaws say it, but also for the new members, a clear expectation coming into the next year. Anybody's thoughts on that? And what I would say to do is we would have whoever the school board member, whoever they select, come in for the first, just for their portion, and then they can leave. So that way we can still conduct our DAC business, the rest of our agenda without a school board member in the meeting itself.
What'd you say about school board members being in the meeting?
So they would begin to kind of go over the CRS and what their expectations of us are. They would be here just for that agenda item, which would be first, and then they could leave. So we could continue our meeting, our agenda without a school board member present. Anybody's thoughts?
Okay.
Yay, nay?
Yeah.
I like that idea just because we do need to keep that separation between the board specifically and DAC, but we do need their guidance on this part for sure.
And potential new DAC members, you are welcome to voice your opinion.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't really sure how it worked. Like if we really kind of voiced it before we like officially got into it or not. I think it's a great idea because especially for the new members, you know, we don't know what's expected or what like you know, if we should say anything or not say anything or have opinions and stuff like that. So I think it's a great idea. Yay.
I agree with her also.
Okay, so when I give the summary to the board next week, somebody just disappeared.
Lori.
Oh, okay. When I give the summary to the board then next week, I can ask that they select a board member to come to DAC in November with the explicit purpose of going over the CRS and defining what the board expects out of us. And it shouldn't take them longer than 20 minutes, and then they can go on about the rest of their evening. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Michelle first. Here a second. I'll second it. Lindsay?
I'm sorry, I'm moving to a different spot so I can hear you guys a little bit better because my kids are very exuberant. Okay. So what, I'm sorry, I'm delaying everything, but can you repeat that for me, please?
So we're approving inviting a school board member to come for the first couple of minutes of the agenda in November to go over CRS and the expectations.
Okay, yes,
Michelle?
Aye.
And Chelsea, aye. Oh, looks like Lori just hopped back on. Excuse me. Okay, filling the 2 open parent seats. It looks like we have 2 parents, potentially 3 parents here tonight. If you don't feel comfortable introducing yourself, no worries, but if you just want to quickly introduce yourself, what we are looking for is 2 parent, well, we're looking for 2 parents, one to be a chair and one to be a co-chair. We can go over what those responsibilities are. You can join without being a chair. Just know that you may be asked to take one of those positions if you join.
But we can also have more than 2 parents.
We can have more than 2 parents. The more parents, the more teachers we have to involve, the stronger our DAC will be. Yeah, so if anybody would like to introduce themselves.
My name is,
I'll start.
okay.
Go ahead. You can go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay. It's kind of difficult with the whole Zoom thing because you don't see everybody like moving to talk or anything. But my name is Alicia Linus. I am a mother of 5 wonderful children, 3 of which are old enough to be in the school district right now. The other 2 will be coming up in the next, 4 years or so. I have 1 child in the 6th grade, so just got into the junior senior high, and then I have 2 in the elementary, or I guess 1 in the elementary and then 1 in the preschool. I have a love for my children and all children really, and I want to see the school district get better and continue improving and helping our children along the way. Oh, and I live over in Hanover.
Great, thanks, Alicia. Alicia, have you filled out an application or are you still thinking about it?
I have. I filled out an application.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
It is in the board packet at this moment.
Perfect. And we're allowed to actually go to the board meeting, like just in like a spectator aspect, right?
So for DAC, we have 1 person that kind of summarizes what we discussed, summarizes the points for the board, answers any questions that the board may have. Everybody else is welcome and encouraged to go and spectate, make notes. That being said, if you can't attend that night, they do record the board meeting. So I have been known to quote unquote attend later by watching the board meeting. Sorry, my husband's texting me. Louise?
Hi, I'm Louise Barnes. I'm a parent of one son, and now we are a parent of, we are guardians of our grandson, who is at the Hanover Junior Senior High School in 6th grade this year. He went to Prairie Heights Elementary School with Miss Cheeseman, and I try to do everything I can to support the kids and the community. So I want the kids to get the best that they can get, everything.
Thank you. And have you applied?
Yes.
And that is in the board packet as well. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
James, did you want to say
you.
anything or you got roped in last minute?
Yeah, hi, my name is James Mueller, Victoria's husband. I got 3 kids at the elementary school. It's still up in the air about joining right now. I'm just trying to work like my work schedule around everything. So I'm still I'm here. I'm gonna see what's going on with the whole meeting and I'll make my decision then.
Welcome, James. Huh.
He goes.
I don't know what my kids are doing, but they're making people giggle. Okay, so determining the schedule areas of focus for the coming year. So got this from the Accountability Committee's timeline, which is available through the Colorado state government and to order to help other DACs. So that is where I pretty much got the agenda for tonight. Lori, if you could press on that.
It's me, I'm doing it.
Oh,
right now.
Michelle, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can. Don't make a mess.
Let's go.
A little bit lower, yeah, for the August through October activities.
Lori, are you sharing or mine? Lori sharing.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we're a little behind because I guess normally this is supposed to be done for the October meeting for approval. Honestly, I just didn't know what I was doing, so I will take full blame for why we're a little behind.
Can I ask a favor? Lori, can you make that bigger, please? Like blow it up a little bit? Because some of us are blind and can't see.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Sure.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you.
That's much better. Thank you.
Ah, yay. God, I'm not the only one.
Okay, so recruiting new members, we're in the process of doing that. So the determining the schedule areas of focus for the year and revisit committee resources and training materials. This is kind of goes hand in hand with the CRM and having a board member come in and talk to us. I don't know if anybody has been on a DAC before and maybe has a little more insight of what areas of focus have been done in the past or what, in the opinion of those present, could we or should we focus on this year as a DAC committee? And this is open for discussion for all attendees.
Well, it says at least 3 parents of students enrolled in the school, so.
I was over the PTSA. Is that the same as the PTA?
Yes. Yep. So some schools have parent teacher student associations. We have parent teacher associations here.
The junior senior high has a PTSA.
I'm sorry, what was that, Lindsay?
The junior senior high, we are a PTSA over here.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Well, it's because our older students, they can handle some of the responsibilities or the opportunity to, and the scholarships come once they're part of PTSA in high school.
Just making you know that because I did not know that. Thank you, Lindsay. So for this item, do we want to wait until next meeting after we talk to the board member to discuss further? Or are there any opinions right now?
I think we should wait until we talk to the board members to kind of get a better picture of
Okay.
what we're looking at, because I mean, it'll give us, I think, a clearer picture and a clearer direction on more clarity, I guess.
Okay. Do we
What
want to
are
table the
responsible?
item for a month?
It'll help with alignment of the, of our goals if we know what the board's goals are too, so.
Oh, we just lost Lindsay.
Now we lost Lori again.
I'm here.
Oh,
Didn't you
oh,
hear?
Lori, are
okay.
you there?
You popped, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So I'll motion to table the item until after next month after we've talked to the board member.
Hey, Lori, it says that you quit sharing. So it looks like you just disappeared.
Did she lose connection maybe?
It says that she's there.
Maybe she's only partially there.
She warned me the
I-
wind is pretty bad out at her place, so she might be losing connection.
I can log back in and share.
How's the wind at our house, Lindsay?
I'm still at school. I heard it was bad though.
All right, there you go, people. Hey, Lori.
Okay,
So in the
so
note thing, we're holding schedule areas of focus until November meeting.
yep, do you second the motion, Lindsay?
I second it.
Oh,
Sorry.
well then I vote yes.
Okay, perfect. Michelle?
Aye.
Michelle said aye. All right, so we'll table that. And
I
then,
can print this off for you.
Oh, thank you.
sorry, I need.
Could have brought my laptop, but thanks for sharing.
No, not .com.
Do you want me to go back to the agenda?
Yeah, but I know we'll probably going back to this. I believe the next is,
Discussion on SCAP rules.
yes, discussions of the SCAP goals. So these SCAP goals were, Michelle, if you want to talk about.
So SCAP goals are, the SCAP takes place of our UIP. So our SCAP goals are to establish and create a positive culture district-wide. Number 2 is curriculum and instruction. Number 3 is focus on technology to enhance educational experiences. And number 4 is effective and productive communication with all stakeholders. So
as a DAC, part of our responsibilities is to help the board with accomplishing these CCAP goals.
SCAP.
You're welcome. It's been a long day.
I know. Just trust me, sister.
So
I think they were like CCAP when I was in school, so that makes sense.
Mhm.
yeah. So as our role in that and helping bridge between the school board and the rest of the community, yeah, Lori just texted me that she keeps losing connection, so that's okay. I don't know as a doc if we want to pick one for a quarter and focus on that, if we want to discuss all 4 and how we might work to accomplish them. Kind of leaving it up to all those here tonight of how we want to handle these goals and how problem shoot of how we can help the district. If these are the goals that the district wants, so we should help.
So these goals were determined by the staff, by the whole staff as
Okay.
the whole district staff. We did that last year back in February. Yeah, it was in February after we had received our survey results.
Mhm.
So the whole district decided on these goals.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if since first quarter is over,
Yeah.
do we want to maybe, if we're going to do it by quarter, do you want to maybe prioritize and take maybe the top 3?
And that's what I was wondering if we wanted to do 2 or 3 at a time, being that we're already this far into things.
Mhm.
Now I know curriculum and instruction under that timeline, that was, I don't remember if that, oh, it's that
I know,
stupid
it's that,
beeping
I
one.
know it is, it's that timer.
Victoria, as soon as I'm done talking, I'm gonna find that thing. So the curriculum and instruction is going to come up somewhere in the timeline for later in the year. So I don't know if we necessarily want to focus on that right away, or if we want to pick 2 other topics.
I need to say them all.
I found it.
Yay!
Anybody who has sat in a PTA meeting here, these things randomly go off at around 6 o'clock every time. It annoys the bejeebus out of us.
Are you gonna take it home with you? We're gonna take it outside and smash it.
You don't need it, right?
No, I don't need that one. You can take it. You can take it.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Yay, Victoria, we can smash it.
Throw it away.
So culture has been a huge thing. We keep hearing about, I keep hearing about the culture of the district.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of the things that could be perceived as not the greatest in the district, let's put it that way. Culture and having that positive culture could change that, or at least get more people involved and want to have that positive culture. But that's just what I've heard, and I've only been here a short 2 years. The effective and productive communication with all stakeholders. I'm going to assume stakeholders means parents, teachers,
Yes.
staff,
Yes.
all those involved, which just goes back into that culture. So I think if we're going to do 1 or 2, those 2 kind of go hand in hand with each other.
We do.
Yeah, I completely agree. I was thinking, I don't know if we have an opinion in this right now, but I'm going to tell you, I think that as well. So,
Lindsay, I see your hand is up.
That would be mine.
Yes, so with the positive culture, that's actually something that us as a staff have really kind of pushed. A bunch of our meetings at the beginning of the year had to do with Hanover Nation, not necessarily just like elementary school and then the junior, senior high school. So I think that'd be something that would be really good for us as a DAC, because we're district accountability, to kind of help continue on with, because the technology thing, that's something that the board's been working on. That's a budget thing. That's something that we don't really have a huge influence on. And then curriculum instruction, again, is something that the board and budget weighs heavily on. So I like the direction.
Yeah, I think it's after the new year, I think is when the curriculum starts coming up with board, and DAC is involved in that. So I wouldn't be too heartbroken if we delay that one for a quarter, just because it's going to be coming up soon anyway. What has the staff and teachers been doing, if you don't mind my asking?
It was mostly a lot of our introductory stuff with our meetings at the beginning of the year. The admin specifically, and I know Ms. Cheeseman, you can probably weigh more heavily in on this because I was just there as an audience member, but a lot of inclusion and welcoming our new staff members and making sure that we know that we're supporting each other as a district, not just supporting each other in building. That's kind of the goal, especially for our new superintendent and the new principal over here. I know that was a huge focus here.
And I know that we also had a PD day. Mark and I have made it to where it's not going to just be at, we're going to do professional development when it has to be district-wide, one at here and then one over at the other building. And we did the one over here already. And so we put paper down on all the tables and wrote positive notes to all the staff. And then I made breakfast burritos, and then made breakfast and stuff for all the staff. And so we really tried to make them. And then we did a icebreaker to where they had to sit and intermix with one another instead of it just being the Hanover side and the PAT side. So they had to sit with each other and work together. So we're really trying to make a conscious effort to make it to where it's not just each side, it's
Yeah.
really
The other.
bridging
Yeah.
together.
Okay. Trying to think of how we might take what you guys have already started doing between the two schools and now start. So the reality of the community itself is even spaced out pretty far because of just the locations of the two schools. So how would we help bridge that back to the community? Michelle is raising her hand very high.
Well, like I've said before, like I did at the board meeting where I invited board members to come and do kiss and drop. I think if DAC members wanted to come and help do kiss and drop too, I think that would be a great way for DAC members to kind of get to know the community as well and to bridge that too. So I know it's just a small thing, but it really does impact, so that the community gets to know you and us and board members.
I tend to be more available in the mornings, but yeah, I could help out with that. Did anybody from the board ever respond about it?
Not as of yet, but that doesn't mean that they won't. But there hasn't been anybody yet. I know that one board member is unavailable as of right now. So
Okay. I was just curious. Yeah, I remembered you bringing that up and just wasn't sure if anybody responded. Are there any events that happen across the two schools?
that for each, what do you mean by that?
So I was just thinking we've got Halloween coming up and we're doing a fall festival at Prairie Heights. I'm sure the high school is doing something. Are there ever events that incorporate both schools somehow?
The homecoming parade does incorporate both schools.
Yeah, the kids absolutely love the homecoming parade, by the way, Lindsay.
They really did have a good time. They're so cute. I think that it's we had talked, Mark and I had talked about us going over there to do our Halloween parade.
Mhm.
And because the littles get dressed up. I'm sorry.
littles.
The elementary. Elementary get dressed up and they do the little parade. And I thought that it would be fun if the elementary went over there and then they handed out candy over there. However, I think that that's a lot to ask. It's a lot of time to give up, instructional time to give up. So I'm not so sure that is really doable at this moment. So it's still open and still an open discussion, but it was just
Okay.
something we had talked about. But things like that, I think
Yeah.
Christmas on the Prairie is something too that we
Are we
do.
planning on doing Thanksgiving all together too? The
I think
Thanksgiving
we are.
lunch?
Mhm.
We better. I enjoy that a lot.
Let's see, my first year in district was COVID, so I don't know about any of this stuff.
Well,
What is
Christmas-
Christmas on the Prairie and Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving this year, usually we did it at 2 separate campuses, but this year we're going to do it over there. And unfortunately, Prairie Heights just isn't big enough to have everybody over here, unfortunately. But so we have to do everything over at the high school. But everybody goes over there and we have Thanksgiving. This year we'll have Thanksgiving dinner together over there. Christmas on the Prairie is when we all go over there and do dinner again. And usually there's gifts for the kids.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Okay. So COVID was just an odd year for me and I could see all this stuff.
Yeah. usually, yeah.
Okay. One crazy idea from small town Iowa. They one thing that we used to do, and I may be displaying my age, was street dances. Now is the hometown that I have is very Norwegian based. So I used to do the Norwegian polkas, Norwegian music, Norwegian dance classes.
And
And
you have
it,
lutefisk too.
yes, I have eaten lutefisk. It is horrible. It is
It's disgusting. Oh my goodness, my husband loves it.
Lutefisk is
Ugh.
not fun
Ugh.
to eat though.
no, even properly done, it still tastes horrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
But to do being that, and granted, I haven't walked around the high school, but either out here where we've got the large tarmac or over at the admin building, if there's any local musicians, or maybe there's somebody that has some outdoor speakers, maybe having just a fun Friday night of, hey, let's come in, have a dance for the entire community, or end up doing burgers and hot dogs for a couple bucks each.
What about like a movie night?
Never an idea.
No, I like that idea. I think that, we do our back to school night for
Yeah.
the community too. This year it kind of got ruined because of the rain, which kind of sucks, but we'll do that in the spring too. So, and I think both schools can come, or yes, come and support it. And that would be fun.
Yeah. And then if somebody
The
wants to,
only issue we have with the dance thing is we do have to keep our middle school and high schoolers separated when they have dances, mostly for appropriateness. But the dinner thing is a great idea.
yeah, and I would think it would be, I would want to open it up to adults and to the entire community. So it would truly be families coming and enjoying the
From
time
the whole
together.
community.
Yeah. And then we could bridge both the Wigwam, Midway Ranches side of things and the Hanover side of things between, if it's parents, family, everybody's welcome. Sorry, I just got a text message. Sounds like Lori's got some ideas too.
What about like a movie night or like a drive-in or something?
What was that, Alicia?
The old time drive-ins. What about like a movie night or like a drive-in? Like the old time drive-ins, because out on our property out in Hanover, we actually put up our own little drive-in, and our
Yeah.
kids absolutely go crazy whenever we do it. And we just have like one of those, projectors that, I mean, obviously have to wait till dark, but just like a fun family movie that, came out and somebody, like buys, and then the whole district can come together and watch it on, like, I don't know, the football field or something, like bring your lawn chairs. I don't know if we're allowed to sit on the football field, but just a suggestion or something,
That's funny because I was just thinking that same thing because I do that at my house. I have the projector and I put it outside and we watch movies outside.
Right, yeah. And it's so much fun. I mean, obviously
It
not
really
like
is.
in the winter, but like, like
Like-
something for springtime or
Especially if the weather's
in the
nice.
winter.
Yeah.
You could do it in the lunchroom or something during the winter, or the gym or something.
Yeah, if we do a weather permitting and then have a backup option.
Yeah.
The ones that have been happening over at the fountain, what is it, Metcalf Park, I guess have been really popular. So, and that's an idea, and it's a little bit closer than trying to go all the way up to Fountain.
Right.
Oh, yes.
And then, like, I don't know, like the week before or something, we could put like a thing out on, I don't know, the class dojo or emails or something, and people can like vote on the movies, obviously all family appropriate, but
Yeah, we could do that.
You could use the Hanover sanctioned Facebook that the webmaster has access to if we have permission to do that too.
well, there you go. Did I lose sound? Oh, sorry, it got really quiet, and I was like, wait, did I lose sound?
No, was just reading a text message quick. Suggestion was PPIR. My only concern with PPIR is would they charge us to use the space?
More than
And
likely, yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I think to have, if the idea is to have it with the district and the schools, maybe the idea of having it at one of the schools or having it in the parking lot someplace, a little bit more continuity.
Yeah,
Um,
a little more culture and school
Yeah,
spirit
North Wall,
or district
North
spirit.
Wall at junior senior high would work really well if we have a really good, like, light colored tarpon. I think the silver one would probably work.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
Because there's
it's like
plenty of parking
solid.
space. It's all flat,
Cool.
so.
Right. And then we don't have to mess up the football field.
And we could even get classes or schools or clubs to do concessions to sell popcorn and things.
Yeah. Get
for
more
a little bit of
awareness for the
fundraising.
schools. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be an option. I mean, in reality, our winters here, yeah, they sometimes can get cold, but we also get those crazy 70-degree days in the middle of January.
Yes, December. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of a drive-in movie, projector movie, and opening it up to families. We don't have that many people in DAC. I was gonna say if we wanted to do a subcommittee, or is there somebody that wants to maybe head up the organizing of this and maybe in November come with some potential dates? Yeah, biggest thing is coming up with a couple of potential dates, and then we can go from there as far as strategizing on the specifics. Is there somebody that wants to head up the efforts? And new DAC members, you can participate.
Okay, I was just gonna ask that. I was gonna say I can do it because it's my idea. So you just like I can look and see like dates and maybe see like what movies are coming out, or newer movies that had already come out that most people haven't probably seen. Are we looking for like a PG movie rating, or because I know some of the kids are 13? So.
I think PG-13 would be okay.
Because parents can choose to come.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not like they.
Right. Okay.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's face it, my 6-year-olds watch PG-13 movies at home.
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Just about any television program you watch anymore is worse than PG-13.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, and Alicia, definitely if you need help, ever reach out. Maybe this could be a way to, I don't know, get more people involved in DAC of, hey, this fun thing.
Yeah, hey, this was my dad. We're really cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for November, if you want to bring some potential dates or see what you would need help with the most,
Okay.
move into planning and get that on the books and go with that. Cool.
Okay.
What time is it?
So we're looking for like dates in November or like end of November, December type, or
I feel like there's a lot going on with the holidays, so maybe
right
here we do something.
after. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And that gives us some time to plan, get things a little more organized, get some more volunteers. And of course, the more communication we have, I think we all have busy lives. So the more times we hear it, the more people will be involved.
Right.
Okay, cool. And I'll have this discussion of the SCAP goals on for the November agenda as well, just so we can keep it front of mind as we talk through different ideas and different things we can do to help out the school board and help out the district. Are we okay tabling that for the next month or Robert's rules? Is this tabling or is this moving on?
We're not voting on it. So
No,
those are just a discussion.
yeah, good point.
So we don't need to do anything. We just need to move
Closing
on.
discussion. There we go. Need 2/3. I don't even have that. Never mind. Closing discussion. Cool. PHE updates.
Okay, so last Friday, we had firefighters come for Fire Safety Week. And they came on Friday and they brought all kinds of goodies for the kiddos. And they had, they showed them all the fire trucks and the ambulance and another fire or something or another. I'm not exactly sure. And then they had a competition to see who could get into their uniforms the fastest. And they had lunch and it was really fun. So I really appreciate all of that. That was really awesome. We had 5 bikes that were the donated ones. So they're starting to come in, trickle in. So that's awesome. And we gave those away. Fall festival is on the 29th. Parent teacher conferences are this week. There's no school on Thursday, Friday. We have our first field trips that we've had in a year and a half. Oh my goodness, kids are so excited. They went to Pumpkin Patch. The whole school is going. Today was K2. Tomorrow is 3-5, and nobody has to pay for the field trips. So the whole school gets to go for free.
Awesome.
So with that said, I need to make sure that I talk to PTA next time. Don't let me forget, please, about the school doing some fundraisers. So that would be, I'm going to do that. Early release is on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Student Council did their very first voting today, and they gave speeches last week, I believe it was. And so they voted for their new president, which is Parker in 3rd grade. Amelia in 5th grade is the VP. Zach in 3rd grade is I think he's the treasurer. I might have these two mixed up, Zach and Teresa. And then Teresa in 5th grade is secretary, but those two might be swapped. And then Nicole is in 5th grade is the media specialist.
Okay, so say that again. Okay, Parker.
Parker is president in 3rd grade. Amelia in 5th grade is the vice president. I think Zach is the treasurer in 3rd grade. Teresa in 5th grade is secretary. And Nicole in 5th grade is media specialist.
Nicole?
Nicole. Nicole. Yeah. And I think, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Victoria, am I missing anything?
I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it. Pretty much just it, I think.
Cool. Junior high school.
All right, well, some of ours is duplicates of middle school, obviously. We have no school on Thursday, Friday, parent-teacher conferences, early release tomorrow. Our 8th grade PBL class, which is a very small class, and I can get the names of the students emailed over or update the notes that I shared to most of you. Who's in the PBL class, but they have designed a project that is the Amazing Race. Now, you guys maybe know the TV show. It's a contest. They've run around a random country or part of the world, and they have to solve puzzles and win prizes and stuff like that. The 8th graders decided to pair up some of us teachers and staff with seniors. I get to be in it. Yay. And we're doing that tomorrow from noon until 2 p.m. when school ends. I don't know if I'll survive, but here's hoping. There are 10 groups, I think, 9 or 10 groups. They even have Mr. Koopman participating. He has to sing everything he says. Character. We've all been characters.
That'll be funny.
Hilarious. And then they'll be filming and setting up the video. And I do believe they're going to be giving it to the webmaster to post. I am unsure on that specifically because it is students. And I know that there's some privacy concerns and stuff for some of our students. But yeah, that's our big thing is Amazing Race. We were going to be doing Future Day. We've moved Future Day to the 20th of October. And Future Day is practicing testing, working on some of our ICAP, well, not our ICAP, our Naviance stuff, which is career planning. Not necessarily college focused. It's getting ready to know what you want to do when you leave high school. That's Future Day. That's kind of our whole thing. High school students will be doing PSAT practice and SAT practice. And middle school would be doing some other stuff, some social emotional learning stuff, and some other test practice. But that's kind of what we have going
What
on.
day was that moved to?
I'm sorry.
What day was that moved to?
I do believe it was the 20th. I have it in the email. We were supposed to do it tomorrow because normally we do it on a short day, but we really wanted to be able to give it the time it deserves because it's kind of a big deal. So hold on. I'm just going to confirm. Where? I might have to just, I don't know what's wrong with my email right now. Oops. I do believe it's the 20th. I cannot confirm 100% though. Yeah, I think it's the 20th. That's the number that sticks in my head. But if it's changed, I will update. But yeah, that's what we have for us.
May I ask you, Miss Lynch and Miss Cheeseman, the names of the student council, if that's allowed to be posted on the website?
I need to double check and make sure that all of those kiddos,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, and then I'll let you know. I'll send you an email and let you know for sure.
All I did
Fantastic.
was I added student council started up in my notes. So if that's what we want to stick with until we know for sure, because I know student names are kind of a taboo sometimes depending on situation.
And Miss Lynch, I can send that to Mark and Maggie and verify whether that is okay.
Okay. Cool. Anything else, Lindsay? So the proposed schedule change.
Well, I didn't, okay.
Oop, someone- Okay,
Are you done?
sorry. So I don't know. So the meeting time. So sorry, my kids just walked in. From the meeting last month on Thursday, having to have the stuff in for board Friday and then presenting to the board that Wednesday, it just seemed really tight and really scrunched. So I was wondering if we would be okay moving it, or how everybody felt about moving the DAC meeting to the Tuesday before, a week and a Tuesday before the board meeting. So if boards are always on a Wednesday, the week before Wednesday, that Tuesday. So very similar to what we did this week.
I'm in favor of it because I had to do the board report last week or last time and it was a lot. I'm in favor of changing.
Okay, Michelle's in favor. New DAC, potential new DAC members, this is really important for you guys. Because you do have a say in this. If you're gonna be on DAC, you should have a say in when our meeting is.
What's the proposed new time?
The Tuesday or Tuesdays, at 5:30 still.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It just gives
Chelsea,
us
let them know their time frame for the current date.
So right now it is the Thursday before the board meetings. The
So-
problem,
Go ahead.
the
So
problem
it
with
would have
that
been
is
the
we have to
14th
have the
instead
board.
of 12th.
Yeah, so basically the board packet is due Friday night.
Yeah, Friday
and-
at 5 o'clock.
So if we meet on a Thursday, then
Right.
it's due. It's tight.
Less
Yeah.
than 24 hours later.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it just gives us a
I'm
little
all
bit.
for. Yeah, I'm all for a Tuesday then.
Awesome. So I motion to change the DAC meeting to the Tuesdays before board meeting. Or it's 8 days before the board meeting. You can't say the Tuesday before.
Thank you, Chelsea.
8 days before the board meeting instead of the Thursday before the board meeting. Anybody second?
I second.
Michelle seconds. Lindsay, yay or nay?
Yay.
Chelsea, yay. Michelle?
Yay.
Cool. So there is a kind of a side note, it's not on here, but it's just a discussion item. We might be having a new application for DAC. The biggest difference is the new one just asks if you have been charged with a felony, if you have any criminal history. It's just a little more comprehensive knowing that we are dealing with children and the decisions that will affect children.
Yeah, I was like, when I filled it out, I was like, there didn't ask like anything about criminal anything. So I was like,
Yep. So the new application is, yeah, essentially it's going to ask those questions so that, yes, you can go to the bathroom.
Can you see my screen?
You know, they
Yes.
are at school.
Okay.
Well, I was wondering, I know that for our the volunteer packet that we used to get, especially for when we had, not the PTA, but the PTO, part of that was a background check. I was wondering if that's something that would potentially need to be implemented as well. Especially I mean, it would take longer to process, and I'm sure that there's a charge to it, but
I
mean,
would think that anybody who is volunteering in this type of position would have to have a background check done, only because. if
right,
we-
yeah, because even if you volunteer for sports stuff, you have to do it too.
Mhm.
And this happened by chance, so that everybody knows, it just happened by chance. And because I redesigned the application. What you're seeing on your screen right now is what is being proposed to the board. If there are other things you'd like to see, that would be something definitely collectively you guys, speak amongst yourselves and let the board know, because this is going to go in front of the board. I don't believe fingerprints are on here.
That's good.
well, we didn't
Um,
do fingerprints for volunteering. It was just the background check, the basic background check.
Background check.
For
But for now,
substitute teaching and stuff like that, so.
now they do request fingerprints be done for volunteers.
Mm. So if volunteers are being asked to have the fingerprints, then I hearing the background check, I agree. Fingerprint, if that's required by volunteers, especially as we're talking about DAC being seen in the community more, that we're going to be around the kids. So we should have the same
Yeah.
standards that the volunteers are given. So definitely something to bring up with the board before they approve or in the process of approving this new application.
Agreed.
So will the school be paying for this and sending the applicants to places to get this done, or do we need to get it done on our own?
And
Right now, the volunteers pay for their $20 fingerprints, but I believe we reimburse them. I'm not
No, I'm
100%.
not worried about that.
But I believe that that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure.
okay, so that would be a question to the board about checking about the
Mhm.
background cost and how to get that done.
I have other stuff. I do have other new business whenever we get to.
If there was any, the last on my notes was if there any comment, what?
No, it's in.
Oh, it's on there. Okay. That was my kids. if there are any notes or comments from the existing DAC members about the summary that went out after the last board meeting. If there's any comments, concerns, definitely let me know. If not, we can move on to Ms. Cheeseman's.
I just wanted to let everybody know that we have backpacks for kids that we put together every week, and we need volunteers for that. I don't know if anybody is willing to help out with that. Okay, thank you. Just because we have about 30 families that I think, no, 30 bags that we put together to give out to families every week. And we're having a shift in staff. So I just need help because I'm not going to be able to get all those out. And I need help. So if anybody knows anybody.
When is it at?
I'm
Like,
sorry?
when do you guys put them all together and stuff? When do you guys put all the backpacks and stuff together? Do you guys deliver them?
Usually, Alicia, I'm sorry. Is that Alicia? I can't. see
Yeah,
who's
it's
talking.
Alicia. I think she was asking when. that
Um,
happened.
usually we put them together on Friday mornings, early Friday mornings. This week we'll put them together tomorrow morning, because they'll go home for the week, and so there should be enough food in there, hopefully, for the families, for at least one meal for each day that they're at home.
So what time are you doing it tomorrow?
We'll probably start putting them together, I think about 10 tomorrow morning. So then it takes about, it won't take but maybe an hour to do it, to put them in there. It's just filling the backpacks and making sure that all the kids' names. You just have to sign a confidentiality piece of paper, and that's it. Really, it's not a big deal. So, but we just need help because, again, like I said, it's getting tight. So.
I can help potentially some Fridays. I just need to look at my schedule at which Fridays.
Right.
That would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that. So thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Any other new business? Any questions from the potential new people?
Do you guys have to vote on this to be on the board, or how is this going to work? How will we know that we are?
Yep. So at the next board meeting, which is this coming Wednesday, the school board has to vote to approve the new members. In my experience, I don't think they've ever voted anybody not to be on DAC. I could be wrong.
No, ma'am, you're not.
So after that, then we'll get together for the November meeting and discuss chairs and a chair and co-chair.
Okay.
Did I send you the bylaws?
No.
Okay, I need to send these bylaws. Alicia, did you get the bylaws?
Did I forward you everybody's email, Chelsea?
I feel like you did, but Lori, let me double check.
And are you thinking maybe a special meeting is needed between the two meetings? Or between the board meeting and the next DAC meeting to do chair and co-chair?
Why? What's the thought process on that?
I'm sorry, say that again, Michelle?
What's the thought? Is there? I mean, because we've never done this before. So what's the thought process on that?
Okay, so chair and co-chair, host, co-host, DAC. And they have to be parents. And so I didn't know if Chelsea, once the new applicants are approved by the board, if she'd like to hold a special meeting for DAC to vote on chair and co-chair.
So then that way they can go ahead and.
Oh, I see what, yeah. I understand where you're coming from, Lori, but I think with all the. Alicia, could you mute yourself? Thank you. Okay.
I'm like, I'm muted. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so I think with the no, I am comfortable still leading the November meeting, and then assisting the new chair and co-chairs in hosting the December meeting. There's a lot going on in the district right now with fall festivals and other events. If everybody's okay with it, I will still run the November meeting, and then in the understanding November, December, we'll start transitioning the new chair and co-chairs.
I'm good with that.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure it was okay with everybody else.
I'm getting lots of nods of heads over in this room. Lindsay's
I
nodding
see
her head.
Lindsay's
Okay.
head. That's all I see.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. So I'll still run the November meeting, and then between November and December, start working with the new chair and co-chairs on transitioning. Just everybody remember, as you hear people are talking to people in the district, we can always use more parents on DAC, as well as the other organizations that we have in the district.
Remember, that's the only way you're gonna get the change that you want to see.
Say that loud for the choir.
What do I say?
Yes, I do.
I said, remember that that's the only way you're gonna get the change that you want to see.
All right, so I move to adjourn the meeting at 6:42 in the evening.
I second that.
Michelle seconds. Lindsay,
Aye.
Chelsea, aye.
Michelle, I.
See you all next month. Thank you.